Good afternoon and welcome to Championship Sunday here at Bloomington Ice Garden. YHH presents the Gobbler Bantam Beat Championship game. Tony Scott, Jeff Papis will bring you the game between Minnetonka and Cottage Grove. Tonka comes in undefeated. Cottage Grove undefeated. They won this morning, both in the semifinals. Jeff brought us those games. What do you remember about those games this morning?
Well, I remember that Cottage Grove and Matamidi was a rough game. 70 minutes in penalties, 40 minutes of misconducts for mandatory infractions, but a well-played game outside of that. And then the Minnetonka-Roseville game, I just saw a Minnetonka team that was steady.
Yeah, very steady.
And 2 goals in each period. They just kind of took the game over early and grabbed it by the throat and never let it go.
Top scorer for Tonka is Holden Nonweiler. They have 3 guys with 6 points. Holden Nonweiler, Hunter Olsen, and Griffin Weinzerl, each with 6 points. For Cottage Grove, Kaiden Lane, 4 goals and 4 assists. Miles Colbeth, 2 goals, 6 assists. And Jackson Islandold, 1 goal, 6 assists. High-scoring teams. Will they high score here today? We'll be back after a word from our sponsor here on YHH. Tony Scott, Jeff Papis, about to bring you a championship here from Bloomington Ice Garden.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
I think pain that moves around, that's migratory, like, gosh, I was sore here for a couple days and now I'm sore here for a couple days. Like, migratory pain seems to be less concerning and less serious. Something that's persistent, pain that lasts more than 2 weeks, pain that seems to be resistant to other things like ice, rest, that's concerning. And anything that makes you limp is not okay. There's something wrong if you're limping. If you can't bear your own body weight on your legs, something's not right.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from, to wear your school's colors, working one-on-one with coaches, and best of all, playing with your best friends. It can be difficult to know if you're hitting the mark. But when you're hitting the mark, you'll know. Custom hockey jerseys proudly made in the USA.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
I think anytime you're beginning a season or beginning a new sport where maybe you haven't been as well conditioned as later in the season or near the end of the year, that's when you're going to be most prone to overuse types of injuries. That's going to be sprains and strains and tendonitis and stress fractures. And so I think it's most important to kind of slowly ramp up into an activity and build your volume in a stepwise way instead of jumping in all at once.
Everyone knows Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
I think pain that moves around, that's migratory, like, gosh, I was sore here for a couple days and now I'm sore here for a couple days. Like, migratory pain seems to be less concerning and less serious. Something that's persistent, pain that lasts more than 2 weeks, pain that seems to be resistant to other things like ice, rest, that's concerning, and anything that makes you limp is not okay. There's something wrong if you're limping. If you can't bear your own body weight on your legs, something's not right.
They'll tell you, if you stay and play high school hockey, you won't make it to the next level. They rarely talk about how special it is to play for your community. To represent where you came from.
And back at Bloomington Ice Gardens, ready for the last game of the day. We go sun up to sundown here at the Gobbler 2025. It's Minnetonka to our right in the blue against Cottage Grove in our white, or in the white, I should say, to our left. And we want to send our good wishes to Jack Jewett of Minnetonka, who we are told is in surgery at the moment. He broke his wrist in the first Minnetonka game of the day that went over Roseville 6-2. Here we are underway for the championship as it's played into the Cottage Grove zone right to the blue line. And now Doyle, who had a very good game for Minnetonka earlier today with a couple of goals. Now played behind the net. Nolan Carbon sets it up there. And here comes Cottage Grove down the far wing. And over the line they come. Here's a shot and a blocker save by goaltender Jack Bosch wearing number 4. I don't think I've ever seen a goaltender wear number 4. As it comes to the right point, played down by Stalock, Colton Stalock for Cottage Grove. Loose into the left corner. Now a sharp angled shot taken by Kip Thompson. That goes wide. And now Minnetonka able to gain possession in their zone. And they play out to center. And here is Olsen. Hunter Olsen over the line. And then lost possession. And here comes Cottage Grove back. Kip Thompson over the line on his backhand. And then he heads for the benches. They get a change. Minnetonka will carry out to center ice. Puck loose, held in. And here's a break-in for Cottage Grove. A centering pass. And Cromer not able to get a stick on it. Pass out to center, and here comes Minnetonka. Over the line, Holden Nonweiler. And he had his pocket picked on the near side, and Kaiden Lane back. And we get a whistle, and it's offside. And J.J. Leisney, Tony, in the first game, a hat trick for Cottage Grove. That's something I've never seen before. I think he's the only player I've ever seen to score a goal in the same game with his team 2 skaters up and 2 skaters down.
That is a rarity.
Yes.
A 3-on-5 goal is super rare.
Well, actually, it was a 6-on-4.
Oh, 6, okay.
But it was an empty net.
Empty netter, yeah, got it.
It was an empty net, but still, there are 2 skaters down, and I've never seen that.
I got it. I saw something that you won't believe when I tell you.
Okay.
But I coached a team, Great Plains team, and I had Isaac Howard on my team, Hobie Baker winner last year, and we were losing 4-3, and we were down a man. And then we took a penalty with 2 minutes left in the game. And Isaac scored 3 goals, 3-on-5, and we won 6-4. I've never seen
hat-trick, 2 men short.
Hat-trick, 2 men short in the last 2 minutes of a game.
See, this is the fun thing with me when I play top this with you. I never win.
Sorry. Sorry.
It's true. You've seen
I mean,
so
I've never
much.
seen like my leg. I almost cried.
That's amazing.
The kids after the game from Chicago were crying, literally like profusely crying. I was like,
oh boy.
So funny.
Well, there's nothing like in this game taking someone's heart and ripping it out of their chest and handing it to them still beating, I think. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, here is Cottage Grove picking their way through center. And over the line, Miles Colbeth plays it, and it comes up the slot, picked up by Caleb Harmon for Minnetonka. Now a pass to center, and here they come. Flipped on into the zone by Doyle. Wheels for the bench on a change.
I didn't feel bad. I've coached a youth baseball team that went 0-27. So,
oh boy,
there were some tears shed those seasons too. So,
Charlie Brown, the pitcher. Or?
Oh God, just overmatched. That's all I got to say.
That
Overmatched.
happens. And it's too bad, though. I mean, at that level, it's too bad. And now played out to center ice. Proctor unable to latch onto it for Minnetonka, and it's played back in. Lutz chasing it in the left corner, but he gives way to Sam Kinzer behind the goal. And now played to neutral ice, and here's Proctor racing in on the left with a trailer. Proctor in deep, centers it, and he could not find his intended receiver, Griffin Weinzierl, as it's played out to neutral ice. Minnetonka trying to fish it back out, and Logan Proctor plays it ahead. He had a goal in the first game for Minnetonka, banked off the wall. And now Cottage Grove in possession, and they play it in through Landon Schuler, talented defenseman. Colton Staylock feeds it to center ice, and it's relayed into the Minnetonka zone. Kinzer will chase after it. It's behind the net, and Kip Thompson goes after it for the Wolfpack, and now it comes free. Comes to the circle, picked up there by Hazley. And now Hazley takes a shot through a screen, and Bosch watched it go wide of the net. Players from both teams in, still no shots on goal, 4.5 minutes in. And now it comes to the left edge, and up the slot, and out to center. So Cottage Grove has to regroup, and here's Colton Staylock banking it to Landon Schuler. And Olsen getting in there, using his size. And then he heads for the bench as it's played around on the boards to the far side for Hasley. And now Rasmussen threw a bump, and the puck is picked up in the left corner of the zone by Hazley. And Minnetonka behind the net. Centers a chance in front. They score! Doyle! And Minnetonka takes the lead 1-0 after 5 minutes and 8 seconds.
What a great pass by Nonweiler on that one. Just tape to tape. All Doyle had to do was let go of it, and he got it in the net.
So Doyle scoring the goal for Minnetonka. He had 2 of them in the first game, and he now has 5 for the tournament.
That's Nonweiler's 7th point, his 4th assist.
5:08 time of the goal, and Minnetonka has the lead. Back comes Cottage Grove. And Nonweiler gets the only assist, and we'll get a face-off in the Minnetonka zone as Cottage Grove tried for the immediate reply and played
and
down.
Came close, by the way.
They did. And now Cottage Grove coming out of the corner, comes in front of the goal, and that is going to be picked off and played on out to center by Clymer. And over the line they come. Harmon centers it, comes all the way through towards the left point, and here's Clymer shooting, and that's off the traffic. And now Cottage Grove with a chance to break out to center if they can catch the puck. Now Clymer plays it back in, and Cromer for Cottage Grove plays it behind the goal, too far for Elizen. He's got such a long reach. We saw that in the first game. He was in the passing lanes the whole game as puck is picked up and carried to center ice by Miles Nadler and then shot into the zone. Now it's played all the way back past Cromer, deep into the Cottage Grove zone. No icing as it's caught up to by the defenseman. Under 6 minutes to go in the first, and here's a steal as Olsen tries to come in front. Doesn't. It's backhand. He takes a shot, and a save made by Carbon for Cottage Grove. We'll get a face-off with 5:48 left in the
Fun
first
to see
period.
Coach Ben Clymer back in the rink where he cut his teeth as a Bloomington Jefferson Jaguar, graduate in 1995. This building right here was built in 1993, so I'm sure he's skated on this ice plenty of times.
And the net has been dislodged, so we'll get a stoppage. 5:42 now to go in the first period. That's a great Bloomington Jefferson hockey name.
It's always tough, though, being the son of a star. My son never had to go through it, but I'm sure there's plenty of players that did or have and will be in the state of Minnesota.
Here's a deflected shot taken initially by Bowden Anvery at the left point. Now it comes in front and picked off by Brings for Cottage Grove at center. Brown feeds to the left side. Chasing after it is Liam Moss, and he lost out to Kinzer. Now the puck picked up on the near side, and here comes Minnetonka to neutral ice. Proctor hits the line and knocks it off of Brings. It goes behind the net to the far side. Moss there having trouble and trying to get some help from his friends, but there's more blue shirts than white, and it comes to the right point. And here's a shot that fizzes wide of the goal from Kinzer. Now Anvery. And they score as he threw it right towards the net. And once again, it's Doyle standing in front, and it's 2-0 Minnetonka.
They are rolling now.
Boy, are they. And the time of this goal is 7 minutes, 3 seconds. Minnetonka on top, 2-0.
I think the key play there was Hunter Olsen made a slight deflection on it, which Carbon had to make a play on it, which caused a loose puck in front, and Doyle just tapped it home. Be hard for the refs to see what we see from up here, you know what I mean?
Let's get the announcement.
Proctor, and who was that last one?
Bowden Anvery took the initial shot from the point. And didn't play much in the first game, but now is on the score sheet here in the second for Minnetonka. And over the line, here's a shot, save, made, rebound, and up the slot. Hazley tried to put it back on goal. Bosch made the first save. And now Cottage Grove pressing down by 2 and in need of a spark. Here's Kip Thompson behind the goal, over to Rasmussen on the near side. And we'll see what Cottage Grove is made of here as they've gone down 2-0 in the first period with 4:09 to go. Now they come off the wall.
Cottage Grove got a favorable schedule. They played one game on Wednesday night, got a Thanksgiving meal, played one on Friday and one on Saturday. So they were very well rested when they got into this game this morning. So this is their first time they've played 2 games in this tournament the same day.
And they just missed there as Hazley just missed the left post. And they're putting on pressure, Cottage Grove is, but they still trail by 2. And here's a shot in front. Hazley is bowled over as he takes the shot. Check that. That's Kip Thompson. And now up the slot. Thompson lets the defenseman take it. And Leidsny, who scored all 3 goals for Cottage Grove in the opening game, the semifinal game, had his first chance of this one.
When I reffed them on Wednesday night, Leidsny was not afraid to pinch in. He made my job easy all night long.
Now Stalock weaving in from the point, takes a shot off the traffic in front, and now Weinzerl picks it up and plays it all the way down the ice. And that'll be an icing for Minnetonka that they'll take all day long with a 2-goal lead. 3:06 to go in the first here in the Bantam Championship game at the Gobbler 2025.
Holden Nonweiler, the younger brother of Ella Nonweiler, who's a terrific skater for the number 2 ranked Holy Family Fighter in girls hockey in AA.
And now played past the face of goal to the near side, and Minnetonka's going to ice it again. 2 goals for Doyle in the first period, 2 goals in the semifinal. He's trying to make the all-tournament team.
I think he's got a shot, let me tell you. I think he's got a real good shot. Now he's up to 6 goals, 1 assist. He's got that's a stat line like Tony Scott had back in the day. Lots of goals, no assists.
We used to call that the Cy Young Award as you looked at the goals and assists. Now played rink wide. You know who was real good at that was Brett Hull.
Yes,
he
I
had
didn't
some
have the
seasons
shot that Brett Hull had, but
one of those
very
seasons
similar stat line
where you'd score a ton of goals and have not quite as many assists. And over the line as Cromer is tripped up and falls. No penalties in this game so far. As Minnetonka comes out to center Harmon, and then he has a coming together there with Nadler. And they both fall down. And it's now picked up by Landon Schuler with 2:10 to go. Elvold plays it. And now back into the Minnetonka zone. They'll come on to the goaltender, and Bosch.
What confidence with the puck.
Yes.
He's pointing things out. He's like the quarterback back there. Speaking of quarterbacks, how is our Max Brosmer going to do today? What do you think?
You know what? I hope he does better than McCarthy.
Yeah, they were losing 10-0. That's what last I saw.
Really?
Yep.
Well, the more things change, the more they stay the same, I
yeah,
suppose.
but that's like the number one defense in the NFL, though, one of them.
Agreed.
Not sure Sir Francis Tarkenton could even do well against that team.
Face off. Well, of course, Sam Darnold playing quarterback for Seattle
we
today.
We didn't need him.
No. Now, from the draw, it's in the neutral ice area. Now played back into the zone. Here's Proctor shooting and a glove catch. That was a snazzy stop.
Wow, what a save.
Just stuck the glove right out, and Carbon made the stop.
I kind of like the home and away fans versus the Edina game where they're both on the same side. There was nobody on the other side in the last game.
Yes, well.
It's a little weird.
It is. It's only 13-0 in the third quarter.
Okay, no problem.
Now played over to the far side, and Minnetonka has possession. 1:15 left in the first period, 2-0 the score. And it's played on into the zone, brings on the turn, and now here at center ice is played ahead. And Cottage Grove will break in. Colbeth into the circle, and then over skates as the puck picked up by Minnetonka and cleared up the near boards. And it's Olsen over the line. Olsen tried to play it through the defender without success, and behind the net, it's Brings, now lost, and Minnetonka gets to the left edge, and a shot that came right through the goal crease. It was taken there by Griffin Weinzerl, and as he heads for the bench, the long pass ahead will go the length. And
a goalie icing, that's pretty rare.
It is. 31 seconds to go in the opening period. Face off in the zone, and it comes back out to center. Brosmer 9 of 15 for 53 yards and a pick so far.
What was that?
Brosmer 9 for 15, 53 yards and a pick.
That sounds about like McCarthy.
And
sounds like Greg Tinty to me.
They've got 10 yards rushing. So
yeah, I know.
So that means 63 yards of total offense and a full half of football, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful. Doesn't sound like the Cretin-Durham Hall days of Greg Tinty. They were a juggernaut.
Make your kids watch the Vikings, friends. That way your kids will understand the Great Depression when it's taught to them in school.
Wow. Wow.
Oh,
what a dagger. That's a dagger.
All the way down the ice. And a face-off for back in the Minnetonka zone for an icing call. And 3.5 seconds to go in the first period, and it's a 2-0 game, Minnetonka.
Do you think we get another whistle before the period goes?
Maybe.
We got 3 in the last 10 seconds.
It's possible. And now it's tied up from the face-off, and we will end the first period with our score, Minnetonka 2. That was close. Cottage Grove 0, 7 shots to 3 for Minnetonka. Let's take a quick break. Championship Sunday.
Luther does it all, but did you know you can do it all? At home?
I just sold my car.
On your phone?
I just got pre-approved.
I just scheduled an oil change.
Whenever, wherever.
I just bought a new car.
Anything and everything, whenever and wherever. LutherAuto.com. You can do it all.
I think pain that moves around, that's migratory, like, gosh, I was sore here for a couple days and now I'm sore here for a couple days. Like, migratory pain seems to be less concerning and less serious. Something that's persistent, pain that lasts more than 2 weeks, pain that seems to be resistant to other things like ice, rest, that's concerning, and anything that makes you limp. is not okay. There's something wrong if you're limping. If you can't bear your own body weight on your legs, something's not right.
Second period from Bloomington Ice Garden, last of 6 today. The Bantam B Championship here at the Gobbler 2025. Minnetonka leading Cottage Grove 2-0 with Tony Scott. I am merely Jeff Papis as we get ready to start period number 2. Teams change ends. Minnetonka working left to right as we call the second for you. Jack Bosch didn't have a whole lot to do in the first period. Cottage Grove working to fix that as the second gets underway. Markowitz on the face-off for Minnetonka, and the draw is 1. Here's Nadler playing it ahead, and now a quick line rush. Hey, going in on goal, and he just put it wide. So, well, yes, Bosch had something to do there, but did not have to make a save as Cottage Grove came in right from the face-off. Now played to center ice, and it's going to come all the way back into the Cottage Grove zone. And that is Brings with it, and now play it on out to center. And back into the zone offside. So a face-off after 29 seconds. And we will get a draw outside the blue line. Now played to center and into the zone. Cottage Grove going after it, Staylock. And now he puts it in the slot, and it's picked off. And here comes Anvery over the line, takes it to the slot, and now here's a chance in tight, and a return pass for Harmon just failed to connect. And now here comes Cottage Grove back. Ellevold over the line, he's going in, and he puts it wide. Now Novogratz for Minnetonka, rink wide out to center ice, and Schuler will play it back for Cottage Grove into the Minnetonka zone. And can they hold the line? No, as Brown not able to keep the play onside. So another whistle with 10:47 to go in the second period. A 2-0 lead for Minnetonka.
Jackson Ellevold has such an easy stride. He can get from point A to point B like in the snap of a finger. Showed you there.
And now it's Doyle with both the goals in this game. Off the glass and deep into the Cottage Grove zone. Leisney behind the goal. Now Colbeth comes in to help out. Up the wall. And now it comes in front. And it's going to be picked off by Moss. And back comes Cottage Grove. At center. Anvery shoots it in. Now loose to the left edge, and it's picked off by Moss. Pass to the right. And Brown goes after it, can't catch up. Now played back into the Cottage Grove zone, and turning with it there, Leisney with 10 minutes to go in the second period to the far side for Brown. Now up the middle, and here's Colbeth finding himself with more space than he expected. And it's offside as they come into the zone as Moss shade too early.
Moss looked like one of those sprinters in the Olympics where he's down in the blocks, he just jumped out. He wouldn't do a full sprint, and he just jumped the gun a little too early.
And now here's Rasmussen on the face-off against Markowitz. Rasmussen plays to the blue line, and Minnetonka gets possession. Here's Brings over the line. And cleared out to center where Schuler has it. For Cottage Grove, eases a pass through the middle, picked off by Weinzierl. Now played over to the near boards. And Schuler can't keep it. Picked up there by Nonweiler over the line. Plays to the left of the goal, and the goaltender plays it around behind the net, but Minnetonka player gets there first, holding Nonweiler. And he centered it now down the near wing. Here comes Cottage Grove, and Hazley, and he goes down, and there's going to be a penalty here against Minnetonka. And it'll be a power play for Cottage Grove. First penalty of the game comes in the second period.
I would call it a very questionable call. The defender played the puck, hit the puck. As a result, though, did trip the player. So I could see why the Minnetonka fans are a little upset, but, you know, they're looking through blue-colored glasses most of the time. In that case, I can see both sides.
Very egalitarian of you. As Schuler for Cottage Grove, they need a goal. And first power play of the game there. It comes in front of the net. Now to the right point, Leisney, who's got 2 power play goals today for Cottage Grove. And now Hazley in the slot. Shoots right on, and a save by Bosch. And we'll get a face-off in the Minnetonka zone. 21 seconds gone in the penalty, and immediately Cottage Grove gets to the net.
Nice play.
Here's Leisney from the faceoff. Works to the high slot. Now over to Schuler. Throws it across. Nice pass and a shot that goes off the traffic from Hazley. Now over to the near side. Schuler. Leisney. High in the slot. Hazley. And that's a pass that's tipped and picked off on the near side. Played out to center by Olsen, and now deep into the zone. That's going to be icing. He did it from his own side of center. So we'll go back. 1:11 left on the power play. 8:22 to go in period 2.
Big mistake there on the blue line for Cottage Grove. They have a couple open passing lanes, and they try to get a little greedy and get through the middle. And you know what happens a lot when you try to pass through the middle. It's going to catch a stick, and that happened, and they end up turning it over.
And now here's Schuler at the left point. He takes the shot. It's deflected twice on the way through to the far side, picked up by Clymer. And now a centering pass comes through to the near side, and now Minnetonka will carry out to center, but Schuler is there for Cottage Grove. Halfway through the power play. And now Rasmussen over the line. Plays it to the corner. And he goes after it, along with Markowitz. Comes through to the far side. And Olsen tried to play it out, can't. Now a centering pass will deflect right to the defenseman Schuler, who fanned on the shot, and Minnetonka is able to break through. Here's Nonweiler over the line, a great move, going in on goal now. He shoots, and the goaltender stayed with it. Carbon made a fine stop, now loose at the left side. And a little piece of individual brilliance there for Minnetonka nearly resulted in a shorthanded goal. And now here's Ellevold. Playing over the line, 14 seconds of power play, gets the puck back at the point, spins with it. Along the boards, Ellevold, sharp-angled shot, save Bosch, and a face-off in the Minnetonka zone. 6 seconds in the power play.
You know, I've broadcasted in this rink quite a bit, right, over the years, games here, games there. But I never really realized how similar the sight lines with the glass were to the old rink one. I feel like I'm in that rink right now because now I have, but I've never had bleachers on the other side. So I feel like I'm kind of in the old rink one a little bit.
Now, right out of the penalty box, it's picked up by Kinzer, and then it's poke-checked away from him. And now playing it ahead is Lutz for Minnetonka. It comes all the way back. 7 minutes to go in the second period, 2-0 Minnetonka. And on the near side, an outlet pass taken heavily. Now turns and shoots, and a split save there. Good stop against Novogratz by Nolan Carbon. Face-off coming up.
Nolan's made some good saves here today. He had a double save down there on the breakaway and then a wraparound attempt on the same exchange, so he's played well.
Only 10 shots for Minnetonka, but they've been good quality shots for the most part. Now, here's Kinzer shooting. It's loose, and it's under the goaltender. So those not invited to the goal crease will be asked to leave, and we'll get a face-off.
Next goal's huge, obviously. You can see that Cottage Grove's got the talent to put a few in here today, so a 3-goal cushion would be huge for the Skippers.
Now, puck goes to the left corner. Centering pass comes all the way through to the left point, and Anvery can't hold it. Now picked up by Cottage Grove, and playing it out is Ellevold. He goes down the wing, gets past 2. Now he's got a player breaking for the net. The pass, a shot. Oh, what a stop by Bosch. That was a terrific save.
Unbelievable. Ellevold again uses that speed, generates a scoring opportunity and a rebound. 2 big saves by Bosch. Of course, the always stingy Brad Soderberg on the clock gives him only 1 save on that one. I saw a shot on goal, a rebound, and a shot. 2 saves. Whatever the totals are, just double them for Brad and Robin down there. They just very stingy on their
That
shots.
might explain something from the first game, and I'll tell you about that in a moment.
Yeah.
Here is Elvold. And they'll play for it in the corner. 6 minutes to go in the second period. Cottage Grove starting to turn up the heat a little bit. And now a centering pass, loose and broken up at the edge by Griffin Conrad. And he plays it off the boards to center ice, and that's offside. Here's what I was going to say is Cottage Grove, in the first game, by my count, had 10 power plays. By virtue of lots of 20-second, 30 seconds.
Yeah, 11 total
and 12
shots in the game. Yeah.
10 power plays, 12 shots.
Just double it. It's probably 25.
We're going to get him mad at us again.
I know.
Yeah, it's played in over the line and winds up going behind the net. At the blue line, Cottage Grove will pick it up, and now they have a chance to break right up the middle, and here they come. Going right in on goal is Hazley, and he's denied by Bosch with a great stop. And, boy, they have gotten some terrific chances in the last 3 or 4 minutes, Tony, and have...
Kid's unbelievable.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch. I mean, he looks like a middle linebacker down there in the net, doesn't he?
He does.
He just attacks everything, plays the puck all over the place.
I'll tell you what, he's made 2 grade A saves here in the last couple of minutes. Rasmussen will take the face-off against Caleb Harmon. Tied up. The face-off and then cleared back into the Cottage Grove zone. Leisney will chase after it, and it will be icing against Minnetonka. Shots are 11-7 for Minnetonka. Each team has had 4 in the second period.
It's been a good game. I mean, Cottage Grove is really starting to peak now as the second half of the game gets underway.
And Minnetonka in possession on the near side. Doyle, who has both the goals in this game, now flips it into the zone and played around by Carbon. Now out to center and controlled by Cottage Grove as they play it. Kip Thompson into the zone and right along the line. That's going to be held in. Now we get a very late offside whistle. And we'll get a face-off at neutral. 4:35 to go in the second period. Now over the line comes Weinzierl, and he takes a shot that is blocked by the defender Schuler into the corner. 4:25 to go in period number 2. And Cottage Grove trying to break out. Puck comes to center, and Kinzer has it. Backhands it ahead and into the zone. After it is Cromer. Rink-wide pass to the near side, and now a pass gets away and goes the length of the ice. It'll be icing on Cottage Grove. We're starting to see some frustration on their faces and in their body language.
A little bit.
And from the draw, cleared around to the far side, and here's Brown. At center ice, Brown's pass is behind Moss, and it's offside. Face off at neutral ice. And now a swipe by Moss at Conrad costs Cottage Grove their centerman.
Moss is getting a earful from the referee. Caden Buell.
Well, what's been happening is Minnetonka's wings on that side have been pushing up past that imaginary center line.
Yes.
That will annoy the opposing forward who's pushed back. And a battle going on in the Cottage Grove zone to the right. Everybody looking for that edge, even at this level. Now Moss starting back. He's got Colbeth on his right, 2 against 3. Takes a shot and through a screen, a save made by Bosch. 3:23 to go. And the puck is now cleared on the wrong side of the defender. Schuler, it goes the length of the ice, and they waved off icing there.
Love it. The D was sandbagging, and the referee saw it.
Now played up to the near side and over the line. Moss dispossessed, and Minnetonka gains possession. And here's a nice pass for Markowitz over the line, but it's too far for him. And now play to the boards where it's picked up finally by Doyle. Centering pass, and now intercepted. Nadler comes up the ice on the far side for Cottage Grove, dispossessed at the blue line, and they have to turn back. Now in the zone, out to center, and Cottage Grove will try again, 3 against 3. Nadler is knocked off the puck by Markowitz, and now here's Nonweiler for Minnetonka. Doyle had to bring it into the zone, and they're going to call an offside. So we'll get a face-off with 2:32 left in the second. Minnetonka holding the same 2-0 lead they held in the first.
Just barely crossed the line there, just barely enough to be creating offsides.
All right, face-off coming outside the Cottage Grove blue line. 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the second period. A 2-0 lead for Minnetonka. Now Hazley trying to sneak across the line, and he gets a shove from Griffin Weinzerl. Referees are saying knock that off. It's happened on both sides. And now Kinzer will chase it down in the Minnetonka zone. To the boards on the right, and Kinzer almost put himself into the Cottage Grove bench. Leisney starts up, over the line he comes, gets to the left, works into deep centers it. It's loose in the crease, and it's under the goaltender. And Leisney thought he had found a way onto the scoreboard, and again, Bosch makes a spectacular stop.
He's like a rock star down there, isn't he? Feels like it's David Lee Roth in the net right now. He just knows he's strutting around like he owns the place. I love it. Love his confidence.
From the draw, Leisney again at the left point, takes a shot, missed the net to the near side. He's around on the boards, and Cromer goes down for Hazley behind the goal. And now picked up by Minnetonka. They will play to center ice. Weinzerl with it, and he comes over the line. Left a drop, intercepted by Kaiden Lane, and back he comes. Lane has Anvery on the turn. He closes and shoots, and it winds up loose in front. Now Minnetonka back through center ice, and they get to the line, and it's turned back by Colbeth. Now down the wing, over the line, it's Hazley with it. He overskated, and Minnetonka gains possession. Doyle feeds the left, and now over the line. Puck flicked in deep by Novogratz, and Cottage Grove with 1:18 to go in the second period starts back. Leisney will bank it ahead, and it's relayed on into the zone by Hazley, who heads for the bench on a change. Just over a minute to go in the period. Up the slot for Rasmussen. He can't control it. And now to the right point, it's poked back down. And finally played all the way down the ice, deflected, so no icing. As Leisney goes back for it, last minute of play in the period as Doyle forechecks him. Puck comes around to the near side. And now along the wall, it is picked up by Logan Proctor. And loose behind the net. 40 seconds to go in the period. Here's a shot from the boards on the right side by Doyle that goes wide. Now back into the Minnetonka zone where Conrad picks it up. Less than half a minute to go in the period. Conrad to Doyle on the near side, and he relays it into the zone. Rasmussen trying to turn it. Doyle throws it back in deep. And back for it now is Cade Cromer with 17 seconds to go in the period. Now a giveaway in front, but it's No damage done as Minnetonka was changing, and now Cottage Grove back down the wing. And trying to tip the puck in deep is Brown. Against the boards, 4 seconds to go. Tried to throw it in front. Nadler tried to center, nothing doing there. We played 2 periods, and our score is Minnetonka 2 and Cottage Grove nothing. And Minnetonka with 4 shots in the second period, I should say. Cottage Grove with 7, and it's now 11-10 in that department after 2 periods. We'll take a break and come back with our third period next here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
I think anytime you're beginning a season or beginning a new sport where maybe you haven't been as well conditioned as later in the season or near the end of the year, that's when you're going to be most prone to overuse types of injuries. That's going to be sprains and strains and tendonitis and stress fractures. And so I think it's most important to kind of slowly ramp up into an activity and build your volume in a stepwise way instead of jumping in all at once.
Back at Bloomington Ice Garden, the last of 18 periods today. Minnetonka leading Cottage Grove 2-0 as we play the Bantam Championship game here at the Gobbler 2025. Glad to have you along here on Youth Hockey Hub this afternoon, and it's played into the Cottage Grove zone from the draw, and Schuler at center, and now over the line, Weinzerl, and then he is knocked off the puck, and Cottage Grove needs to play with some urgency here, but they lose possession. Weinzerl over the line, rink wides it into the zone. 11:40 to go. And now they'll play for it along the near boards. 3 from each team in there. And now Markowitz for Minnetonka plays it down to Weinzerl. He centers it, and it comes right up the slot. Here's a shot by Conrad, and a stick save by Carbon. Puck comes out to center, and here comes Cottage Grove. It's played on into the zone by Brown, and now he heads behind the net, and Lutz heads him off there. Centering pass is knocked away, now picked up by Cromer. He puts it in, and it goes all the way through to the near side.
That got uncomfortably close to the net.
Yeah, it did. And now they try to play it towards the front, and it's intercepted and cleared. Neutral ice, bouncing puck, and finally played back deep into the Cottage Grove zone, and Moss will have to go back. Check that. Brings will go back for it behind the goal. First minute gone in the third period. Now a long pass to the left, and here comes Cottage Grove. Schuler over the line. Schuler takes a shot, got a rebound, and put it right into the goaltender, Bosch. And we'll get a stoppage, 1:26 gone in the third period.
Well, I just got a feeling the levee has to break eventually. If not, I know who my all-tournament team goaltender is going to be. It's got to be Bosch.
Well, boy, he's made some super stops
Did he
today.
play in the game earlier today?
He did not.
Okay.
Struck played. 2 goaltenders.
Shout out to Tonka's Jack Jewett, who I've heard reportedly has a broken arm.
We were told he was in surgery for a broken wrist.
Wrist, okay.
And,
upper body, we'll call it.
Upper body. We'll call it upper body, but certainly we...
Shout out to Jack and his dad, Chris, who's on the bench with them, and hopefully they're tuning in and enjoying today's broadcast.
And now behind the goal, Minnetonka will carry out to center ice. This is Kinzer. Comes over the line, takes the shot, save made by Carbon, and now it winds up to the left, and here comes Cottage Grove back to center. Brown, check that lane. Now picked up by Minnetonka and played. Olsen. Rasmussen tries to get in there, but Proctor carries on over the line. Proctor takes a shot, stick save by Carbon. And now behind the goal, Weinzerl chasing after it. Will get there for Minnetonka. He throws it right back across the crease.
Nice play there.
Good idea. Now here's Anvery. He takes a shot. Pad save Carbon. Off to the near boards. And Minnetonka doing a nice job now, just getting the puck in deep. 9:09 to go. And here's Anvery taking a shot through traffic. Good stop by Carbon. And now
seeing eye signal on that one.
Indeed. Banked off the wall, Anvery 1 times. And that winds up off the traffic. Picked up by Staylock, cleared up the boards, and it will go back deep into the Minnetonka zone, and that will be an icing call against Cottage Grove. 8:47 left in the third.
Big block there by Noah Rasmussen. He took a hard shot right off the shin pad. He limped a little bit and then just skated it off. Put a little dirt on it, as we used to say, right?
You bet. He's a hockey player. He's tough. And they face off back in the Cottage Grove zone to the left. Cleared around behind the near side for Kip Thompson. And he plays it out to center for Cottage Grove. Rasmussen will play it into the zone. And now at center. Minnetonka back, and this is Nonweiler over the line. Picked off. Thompson's pass intercepted. Now Thompson carries on. Gets to the red line, and they'll angle in over the line. And he will be then sent to the boards. Here's a shot by Rasmussen that goes over the top. Now Schuler on the left boards throws a hit, and then puck winds up trickling in front. Thompson can't control it to shoot, as it now comes to the near side and finally out to center, where it's picked up by Nadler. And he has a rough go of things. Now played on the left side and shot on into the zone. Under 8 minutes to go. If it's going to happen, it's got to be soon for Cottage Grove here as they trail 2-0. And Minnetonka will step through to center ice with Sam Kinzer over the line, knocked away. And here's Thompson coming back. He's got a player with him, Nadler. He takes a shot right on. Rebound is steered behind the goal, and Harmon for Minnetonka brings it to safety. Loose behind the cage. And now on the near side, Minnetonka's Harmon will pick it up again and played to center ice, where it's turned back by Cromer.
Harmon just had an elite escape there behind his net. He was pressured by 2 guys, and he stick handled his way out of trouble.
Now play in the Cottage Grove zone. 7:13 left. And now out to center it comes, and the puck picked up by Harmon, and he loses possession in turn. And Cottage Grove trying to find a way to get into the zone here, and having some trouble on the near side is Moss. And played back into the zone. Cromer over to the far side. And here's Leisney over the line. He closes in, and now we'll flick it down deep. They play for it on the boards. Here's a shot by Brown that doesn't get through. And now controlled by Minnetonka. Conrad. Now they lose possession, and again, Cottage Grove trying to set up. Here's Brown with it. High in the slot. Brown takes a shot. Now it's picked up by Colbeth, who closes in and then could not get the shot away. Leisney closes, fakes a defender, now pulls the trigger, and might have got through to the goaltender, off to the corner. And now a bouncing puck comes out to center ice, and Brings is not able to turn it, but now Cottage Grove will play it back over the line, and it's Miles Colbeth. He goes wide, puts on the brakes, and tries to center, and winds up losing the puck. It comes out to center ice. 5 minutes, 50 seconds to play. Leisney feeds it over to the left. And now played into the Minnetonka zone. And to the near side, it's Clymer. And then he plays it in. 5.5 minutes to go, and puck in the corner. Olsen after it for Minnetonka. Now it comes towards the right point, and now rink wide in the Cottage Grove zone as it's cleared ahead. Now Proctor will carry it back in, feeds the right for Olsen. Some good size on that line, Tony.
Yes.
Now played over to the near side, and a centering pass from in deep. Oh, as Ellevold put it in front, and Lane not able to get a stick on it. We get a whistle. The net has come loose. We may have a penalty here, too.
I think Hasley ran the goalie. Interference.
Interference. Goaltender interference. Time of the penalty is 6:58.
I should
Minnetonka
rephrase
gets a power
that.
play.
Ran into the goalie. He did not run the goalie.
No,
That's when you go through the crease to kill the goalie. I said ran into the goalie, not ran the goalie. That came out wrong.
There
Sorry.
is a difference.
A big difference.
And it is goaltender interference. And Minnetonka is on the power play for the first time in the game with a chance to shoot the dagger here as it's picked up by Olsen. Goes behind the net. Now Kinzer at the left point. Kinzer to the slot. That shot is blocked by Kaiden Lane. Follow up, and that winds up going wide from Harmon. Now Kinzer plays it down. 1:20 in the power play, 4:20 to go in the contest. Now Kinzer takes the shot over the top and controlled by Weinzierl on the right boards for Minnetonka. Now dropping it to the right point. Conrad scores! It was not Conrad, it was Harmon. I had it right the first time. Harmon scoring the goal, and Minnetonka leads it 3-0.
He's listed as a forward, but that puck was from the blue line on the power play, and an absolute rocket for Harmon.
And the time of the goal, 7:48. It is a power play goal, and it is 3-0.
That's a big one, Jeff.
Yep.
That's a big one.
Cottage Grove has been more than game in this contest, but haven't been able to make anything happen offensively as the puck comes in. Rasmussen bodied off, and now it's played. Let's get the assists. And Weinzierl gets one assist.
Goal.
And I think it was Nonweiler now, and Cottage Grove comes back and scores with 3:47 to go, and they are in it.
Leisney found Thompson in front and put it right on his tape, and Thompson finishes to make it 3-1.
Kip Thompson. And Leisney's got 4 points today, 3 goals and an assist. He's been in on all of the Cottage Grove goals today. 8:13 the time of the goal, so hope while flickering is still there for Cottage Grove as they trail by 2 now. And over the line, Nadler. And Nolan Carbon, the goaltender, gets an assist on that goal.
Yeah, he does.
And now it's picked
No
up.
No question about it.
And cleared to center ice. Now a weak pass of Minnetonka. Weinzierl carries in over the line, but then can't control. 3:20 left. Minnetonka leading at 3-1 as Clymer plays it across to the right. And now Kinzer tried to play it in and lost possession. 3:10 to go as the puck is cleared back into the Minnetonka zone. Kinzer again with possession. On the near side, 3 minutes to play as of right now. Olsen plays it to the line, and it's picked off by Rasmussen. And from his own side of center, he shoots it in, and they wave off icing. Behind the goal, Cottage Grove trying to make something happen.
No goalie pull yet.
And now out to center as
I thought that was offside.
Brings lost possession, and Minnetonka's back in. Here's a shot and a stick save by Carbon off of Hunter Olsen. And now over the line, here's Hazley. He takes a shot. Ooh, and it came off the goaltender, Bosch, and he smothered the rebound with 2:29 left. We see the timeout here.
I got to get that goalie out. You got to get that goalie out. You know my rule, right?
That's right.
For every minute, you got to have a goalie pull. So they're down 2. You got to get that goalie out. Offensive zone face-off, extra attacker.
And one would suspect that's the case. They've taken their timeout here with 2:29 left. Let's take a quick one ourselves. The finish of the tournament coming up next.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. You here to pick up my truck?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was easy. Yeah, I knew Luther buys cars, but I had no idea it was this simple and convenient. Is there anything you guys don't do?
Not really.
Will you buy any car?
Yeah.
Even that one?
Even that one.
Wow, you do it all.
Luther Auto, over 40 locations and one of the region's largest inventories. Luther Auto, we do it all.
I think anytime you're beginning a season or beginning a new sport where maybe you haven't been as well conditioned as later in the season or near the end of the year, that's when you're going to be most prone to overuse types of injuries. That's going to be sprains and strains and tendonitis and stress fractures. And so I think it's most important to kind of slowly ramp up into an activity and build your volume in a stepwise way instead of jumping in all at once.
We have 2:29 left, and the goal is empty for Cottage Grove. They go to 6 skaters with 2:29 to play. And it's loose in the face-off circle, now backhanded by Leisney to the far side. Rasmussen there for Cottage Grove. He's in a battle and trying to get control of it. Lots going on along the wall. Finally, it's thrown towards the front of the net. Rasmussen couldn't reach it. And now chopped at by Doyle. He lost out, and now, finally, Cottage Grove gets possession. They center it, and it loose at the left edge. And we get a whistle. The net, I believe, is moved, and we would get a stoppage there with 1:54 to go. Scramble around that puck in the far corner.
Bosch is a bulldog. I see him just thriving on this intensity of this last 2 minutes.
So we'll take a face-off to the left of Jack Bosch.
We are watering down the pipes as we speak. It's the referee's last-ditch effort.
Now from the draw, here's a shot, and Bosch makes the save against Landon Schuler. Another face-off coming up. Minnetonka with 6 shots in the third period. Cottage Grove with 4.
We'll announce our all-tournament team following the game.
And now played by Kinzer from the face-off. And picked up by Minnetonka. They will chip to center ice, and it's picked up now by Nonweiler, and he's got a chance. He's going in. He leaves it on a backhanded shot by Weinzierl. And that'll do it. Weinzierl from Nonweiler. And Weinzierl has scored in both games today. And it comes at 10 minutes and 22 seconds, and it's 4-1 for Minnetonka. And Colbeth will face off against Caleb Harmon. And now play to the blue line, and here's Brown feeding rink wide. And Bowden Anvery has picked up his second assist of the game. As now it's played in front of the net, and a chance for Brown goes begging as he couldn't control it. And now out to center, Cromer with 1 minute to play in the Gobbler in 2025. It comes to center, and Novogratz plays it in.
Hey, I'd like to thank you, Jeff, for doing not just the Friday Night Ice and opener, but doing all 6 games today. I'm going to run down to the penalty box and hand out the all-tournament team plaques and hats and all the other fun stuff.
Thanks for letting me hang around. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And a face-off at center ice with 54 seconds to play. And now played back into the Cottage Grove zone. It winds up behind the goal with less than a minute to go now. On the far side, it's Moss playing it out to center, and Colbeth feeds the near side over the line. And this is Liam Moss going back behind the goal, looking to center it, and then he can't get by Proctor behind the goal. 30 seconds to go. Over to the far side for Moss. Goaltender back in for Cottage Grove as Cromer picks it up, plays to center. Bouncing puck is controlled there by Kinzer, and he shoots it on in. 15 seconds to play. And Cromer goes up the wall, and Minnetonka will begin to celebrate. With less than 10 seconds to go, they will be the Bantam champions in this event, defeating Cottage Grove by a final score of 4-1. And Minnetonka with 18 shots for the game. 7 in the third period. Cottage Grove with 14 shots, including 4 in the third period. Only 2 minor penalties in the game. And Minnetonka 1 for 1. And Cottage Grove 0 for 1 on the power play. But a good showing by Cottage Grove as they finish 4-1 in this event. Minnetonka, of course, undefeated and wins the event at 5-0. So they'll have the handshakes, and then they'll have the announcement of the all-tournament teams and the presentation of the championship trophy to Minnetonka. Worthy winners today. And our congratulations as well to Edina Green, which won the Pee-wees over Edina White 3-2. Here the final score, Minnetonka over Cottage Grove 4-1. Let's get the announcements. Here we go. And there's Jaden Leisner being honored. Sam Kinzer of Minnetonka. And Broden Doyle with a well-deserved honor. 4 goals today, 2 in each game. And Jackson Ellevold for Cottage Grove. Smooth skater, strong day today too. And Holden Nonweiler gets an all-tournament handshake from Tony Scott. And Jack Bosch is named the goaltender and the tournament MVP. So Tony meant what he said, obviously, of praise of the young player. Minnetonka goaltender is the MVP. Now we'll get a group picture. And here is the runner-up trophy being presented to Elvold for Jackson Elvold for the runner-up finish. And the big hardware for Minnetonka. And Minnetonka, crowned champion. A strong display throughout and in the final game as well. And they win it by a score of 4-1. And that will do it for us here from the Bloomington Ice Garden today. It's been a long day, but a fun one. Congratulations, Edina Green and Minnetonka, our champions in the Gobbler 2025. For Tony Scott and all our crew, Greg Tinty joining us today with great camera as always. Jeff Pappas saying so long, and we'll see you next time here on the Youth Hockey Hub.